horses coming on the track for tonight's featured 8th race. This is the running of the $192,050 Southern California Derby with post time in 8 minutes at 8:23. We now introduce the field for the Southern California Derby. Number 1 is He Storms, who is owned by Ed Allred and trained by Scott Willoughby, a finalist in last year's Los Alamitos Million Futurity. He Storms being piloted by Sam Thompson. Looking for his 6th win in a row. And the current favorite, number 2, Cash on Corona, owned by Rodrigo Gonzalez and trained by Adan Farias, the jockey Rodrigo Aceves. Number 3, Check a la Susan, is owned by Rotilla Romero and trained by Hector Jaime Hernandez. During the riding is Eddie Garcia. And number 4 is In Dispute, a finalist in this year's All-American Derby, owned by Jose Santos and trained by Paul Jones. The jockey is Saul Ramirez. Number 5 is Fisher's Tale, runner-up in last year's Ed Burke Million Futurity, owned by Robert Parra and trained by Mike Joyner. The jockey is J.R. Ramirez. The fastest qualifier is number 6, Spike It and Fly, owned by J. Garvin Kelly and Nancy Yearsley and trained by Paul Jones. The jockey Alejandro Luna. Winner of this year's El Primero Delano Derby and second in the Los Alamitos Super Derby, number 7, Vulcan, owned by P.K. Thomas and trained by Paul Jones, the rider Cody Jensen. And number 8 is Tiny's Little Sis, owned by Randy Treadaway and trained by Vince Smith. Doing the riding on Tiny's Little Sis, Eddie Aceves. Number 9 is Redwood Creek, who was third in the Los Alamitos Super Derby, owned by Benny Rossett and trained by Paul Jones, the rider Ramon Sanchez. And number 10 is Cut the Snow, owned by the Gail Bloom Trust or Connie Hall Racing Incorporated and trained by Connie Hall, the rider Carlos Batista. Now Volcom's in. Tiny's Little Sis into the gate. Check a la Susan's in. And now In Dispute walks in. Redwood Creek will have 2 left. Those 2 are Fisher's Tale and Cut the Snow. 1 left to go in is Cut the Snow. And now Cut the Snow. Carlos Batista walking up. They're all in the gate. And away they go on the Southern California Derby. And a good start on the extreme outside for Cut the Snow. Also, Check a la Susan came out running strongly. In Dispute's going to fire big time tonight. Also beginning to close in as Spike It and Fly, as In Dispute and Spike It and Fly and Cut the Snow. In Dispute down along the inside and Spike It and Fly and a nose bob and Cut the Snow's right there as well. Looked like it might have been Spike It and Fly just ahead of Cut the Snow, but that was very close. In Dispute third. Another great race to a great weekend of quarter horse racing here at Los Alamitos. Result of the photo finish for the Southern California Derby. Number 6, Spike It and Fly, the unofficial winner. Number 10, Cut the Snow, second. Number 4, In Dispute, third. Number 8, Tiny's Little Sis, fourth. And now in the winner's circle to make a trophy presentation to the winning owner of the Southern California Derby, representing the American Quarter Horse Racing Association, a field representative, a former riding great here at Los Alamitos, always on hand for the major Los Alamitos races. John Ward is making the trophy presentation. And now in the winner's circle, victorious in the Southern California Derby is number 6, Spike It and Fly, owned by J. Garvin Kelly and Nancy Yearsley, and trained by Paul Jones, who saddles the winner of the Marathon and the Southern California Derby tonight, winning rider Alejandro Luna. Spike It and Fly, a 3-year-old gelding bred in Oklahoma by the owners, and is by Corona Cartel out of Sky Chicks. Winning time for the 400 yards, 19.65 seconds. The final 220 yards, timed in 9.48 seconds.